Good morning. My name is Eric Toney, Fond du Lac County District Attorney. I'm joined here by Assistant District Attorney Wesley Kotke. We have Drug Enforcement Administration Green Bay Resident Agent in Charge Jim Bush. We have Project Director for the Lake Winnebago Area Metropolitan Drug Unit, Special Agent in Charge Jeremiah Wincher. The introductions get easier now with Sheriff Walschmidt and Fond du Lac Police Chief Aaron Goldstein. And we are here to discuss a multi-state conspiracy charges against 10 defendants that resulted in a $1 million methamphetamine ring, as well as fentanyl charges here in Fond du Lac County that had ties into the state of Michigan, as well as here in Wisconsin, with all of these agencies involved in the investigation that has resulted in 10 defendants that have been charged here in Fond du Lac County, who are sitting, 7 of them on cash bond ranging from $100,000 to $500,000. We do have 3 defendants that are still in warrant status that we'll be talking a little bit as we go on. But the allegations here involve a historical delivery and distribution of over 100 pounds of methamphetamine in 2022 with an approximate street value of $1 million, as well as the early stages of fentanyl distribution here in Fond du Lac County. During the course of the investigation, approximately 3.25 pounds of methamphetamine was seized, as well as 280 grams of fentanyl during the investigation. The fentanyl that had been seized was enough to kill every resident in Fond du Lac County, as well as thousands more, with a population of approximately 104,000 people. We continue to work together with law enforcement partners to aggressively prosecute those that pollute our community with dangerous drugs and ensure that those drug dealers are held accountable. This is an ongoing investigation. We do expect that additional defendants will be charged. As always, all of those that have been charged are presumed innocent unless or until proven guilty. The defendants have been charged with Class C felonies, a conspiracy to deliver methamphetamine, as well as other charges facing up to 40 years of imprisonment and a fine up to $100,000. What I want to do is introduce Chief Aaron Goldstein and Sheriff Ryan Walschmidt for some additional comments.
Thanks, District Attorney Toney, and thanks for joining us today. Investigations into criminal conspiracy networks suspected to be involved in the trafficking of dangerous drugs has been among the greatest priorities for the City of Fond du Lac Police Department and Fond du Lac County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Walschmidt and I are committed to aggressively investigating and shutting down drug trafficking operations in the greater Fond du Lac area. I am so proud of the teamwork and interagency collaboration of our departments working together with our federal, state, and local partner agencies to effectively dismantle this large-scale drug trafficking operation and arrest those individuals that were involved in it. Our officers and deputies, working in close cooperation with the Lake Winnebago Area Metropolitan Group Drug Unit, was vital to this investigation that prioritized safety in our communities. The arrests in this case reflect Sheriff Walschmidt and my commitment to holding offenders who distribute dangerous drugs within our communities responsible for their criminal actions. And now I welcome Sheriff Walschmidt.
Thank you, Chief Goldstein. There's another group that's important to recognize here in this investigation, and it's those police officers and sheriff's deputies who are working on our streets and highways 24/7 out there at the street level, targeting as part of their variety of responsibilities. They're out there targeting drug traffickers and drug users and holding those offenders accountable. And in this case, we've talked a lot about the MEG unit and the interagency collaboration and a large drug task force that's worked to uncover this conspiracy case and build these cases. But it's important to know that this is another example of a case that grew to this level out of the hard work of a patrol level, in this case, sheriff's deputy, doing his thing out on the highways, out on the streets, gathering intelligence and then passing that intelligence and that information on to our MEG unit, who grew this case into the size and magnitude that it is. And so it's important to know that those officers are on our streets 24/7, 365 in the city of Fond du Lac. They're police officers in the Fond du Lac County area. our sheriff's deputies combating these drug offenders and working to take them into custody. And with that, it's important to know that in this case, there are 3 offenders that are still in warrant status that have not been apprehended yet. We have Jason Norton, who we are looking for. The second individual, Anthony Tynan, has a warrant for his arrest in this case. And lastly, Dalton Wokevich, who we are also looking for. These 3 individuals remain on the run, remain at large, and we're asking anybody that has information about these offenders or about the case in general or about the whereabouts of these offenders that they contact their law enforcement agency. They can call the police department, the sheriff's office, or they can call and leave an anonymous tip on the Fond du Lac County crime tip line at 920-906-4777. And so with that now, I'm going to turn the podium over to Special Agent in Charge, Jeremiah Wincher.
Thank you, Sheriff. My name's Jeremiah Wincher. I'm the Project Director for the Lake Winnebago Area Metropolitan Enforcement Group Drug Unit. I just wanted a moment to say thank you for inviting me here and also just address the importance and concur with the importance of interagency collaboration. The Lake Winnebago MEG unit, or more commonly referred to as LWAM, is a collaborative effort between law enforcement entities in Fond du Lac County, Winnebago County, Calumet County, as well as Outagamie County, and the law enforcement agencies inside of those counties, such as the City of Fond du Lac Police Department and the Fond du Lac County Sheriff's Office, that make investigations like this possible. It isn't any one entity that can investigate substantial drug trafficking organizations like this, and without interagency cooperation with local, state, and federal officials, a case like this isn't possible. There was a lot of very hard police work that went into this, a lot of follow-up investigation, and all with the vision of increasing public safety and keeping the communities in the Fox Valley area safe. So we're very appreciative of the City Police Department, the County Sheriff's Office, the State Division of Criminal Investigation, the Drug Unit, as well as the Department of Justice and Drug Enforcement Administration for coming together to have a positive impact on the community in an investigation like this. I'll turn it back over to the District Attorney.
So the collaboration that's been talked about, I mean, we have fantastic state, federal, and local law enforcement that have been addressing these drug issues here in our community. And the work is not done. There is no victory lap to be had today, as we will continue to aggressively investigate and build these conspiracy cases. This is the 3rd substantial conspiracy case that we've worked together to build here in Fond du Lac County. We had a $1 million heroin conspiracy that was built a number of years ago that resulted in significant prison, and a drug conspiracy that is ongoing through the court system here in Fond du Lac County right now. And so I'm really proud of the work that our law enforcement does and the collaboration that we have as we continue to work to take these dangerous drug dealers off the streets through teamwork. But we're happy to take a few questions if anybody has any. If not, we appreciate you coming today. All right, thank you so much.